Hey, Paul.
Nice to meet
Volume off. I have the volume off. Gotta send you guys something here. Give me one sec. Oh, I'm tired.
The final with 15%, correct?
That's usually what I do. I haven't, which is not a lot. Just
Yeah.
A lot of people think, oh, I've got myself a, whatever grade. It's going to go up or down 15% from there. It's not. So I just sent you something, and I'm going to open it up. Actually, oh, I'm going to die of tiredness. Join meeting. Algebra 2 with analysis. Join.
This meeting is being recorded.
To start the recording. Darcy can see this. What we're going to do is we're going to go through the multiple choice. We're not doing these problems right now, but we are going to list the topics and get those juices flowing, as it were. So I am going to exit this on full screen. I'm going to open this up. I was looking at it not too long ago. And here we go. I am going to make a list of the topics that we seem to think are there. And then I'm going to, this afternoon, while you guys are actually doing these problems, I'm going to compare it to the real final and make sure that the list of topics that we have matches up pretty well. Is that okay? Does that sound clear what we're doing? Paul, you got a question?
So the topics that we're going to make a list on are only on the multiple choice. So on the free response, they're going to be different topics, or is it?
We're going to do the same thing for free response. I just want to make sure that we have everything covered. I think the packet being a whole lot longer than the final probably encompasses everything like more than twice. Okay. So what would you call this first topic for problem number 1?
Piecewise function.
Yeah, absolutely. Piecewise defined function. Okay, cool. And people remember those? Problem number 2. Another piecewise, huh? Problem number 3. Hey, another piecewise. I'm all right thinking, you know what I should probably know for the final? Piecewise defined functions. All right, number 4 is not about piecewise defined functions. What is number 4 about?
Transformations.
There we go, transformations. If there were one thing that I want you to get out of my class, it would probably be a real good understanding of what transformations are and what they do. I think that that's a huge one. Number 5. If you had to say what topic that was, you would say?
System of equations.
System of equations is good. I'm going to be a little bit more specific and say linear equations. And linear equation system, which is different than nonlinear ones. But number 6, another linear one. Number 7, another linear one. And then number 8, well, what's going on there?
Mr. Reese, I think your screen is not on. You're not like sharing your screen with the writing.
The only screen that I'm intentionally sharing is the one with me on it. I mean, you don't need to see my list unless you really want to. I could. There it is. I promise you I am writing it down. But
Bracket.
yeah, but do you guys want to see the pack? I kind of assumed that you guys had it on your computers or printed out or something like that. Do you want me to share it so that you can see it? Would that help? I didn't really see any. Oh, I got Aiden saying yes, that will help. Okay, sure, let me do that. Share screen and boom, share. Okay. So number 8 was a non-linear system, and number 9, it's a non-linear system too, but I'm going to put a separate topic there. I'm also going to put graphing. Now, what are some of those non-linear things in number 9 that we are graphing? That x squared plus the quantity y plus 2 squared equals 4. What is that?
A circle.
It is a circle, and a circle is one of our conic sections. So I'm going to write down conic sections just to make sure that I've got that going. By the way, I was on campus today. Looked nice, peaceful, very, very clean. Talked to some of the maintenance guys. They're bored. They miss you guys. All right. Number 10. What would I call that?
System of linear inequalities.
Great. It is a system of linear inequalities. It says so right there. Number 11 looks like a system of nonlinear inequalities. Nonlinear inequalities. Ooh, number 12. What is that looking like to you?
Parent functions.
Alejandro, I didn't quite catch what you said there.
I just said parent functions and the transformations.
I don't know that there's any transformation going on here. We're thinking about it and I like it, but specifically what kind of graph is it? I mean, they don't have any transformations going on here.
Exponential growth.
Okay, yeah, exponential, definitely. And you're right, for part B, that looks like exponential growth. For part A, that looks like exponential decay. And C and D are actually both logarithmic. So those are related, of course. I have to remember which computer screen I'm using here. Number 13, Alejandro, I think you got this one. Now we seem to have some transformations applied to, so I'm going to put a check mark next to transformations, and I'm going to put a check mark next to exponential. And maybe it should be exponential and logs, because those really go hand in hand. Number 14, it says convert to a log equation. Huh. All right, I'm putting a check there. Number 15, another check. Number 16, another check. Number 17, another check. Number 18 and 19, 2 more checks. I am feeling like we have stumbled on another very important topic for the final. Okay, 20, 21, 22 are all exponentials and logs. It feels like at problem number 23 and 24, more than half of the things we've looked at so far deal with exponents and logs. Oh my goodness, and it keeps on going. All right, yet another check. Holy cow, a lot of exponents and logs. So definitely something which we can spend some time reviewing. All right, 26, and glancing at it as I am having a hard time deciding how I would want to classify this one. There are a lot of different correct answers here. Anyone have some ideas here? I'm gonna put completing the square. Which is definitely not the only method I could possibly solve this one with. Maybe I'll just write vertex form. Right.
Mr. Reeves, I have a quick
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Is the final going to be weighted the same as it normally would, or is it like a unit test?
I haven't really made that decision. The fact of the matter is it probably doesn't matter. So generally speaking, the final is usually worth 15% of your grade, 1.5, which seems like an awful lot and rarely does anything. I mean, let's say that you have an 88% in the class. You would have to do shockingly well to bump up into that A-. You would, which, you know, that's sad. But conversely, to use a math term, you know, converses, you would have to do shockingly bad before that 88 became like a B or a B- or something like that. So that's good news, even at 15%. If I make it worth like a test or something like that, would it really be dramatically different? Probably not. So what I've done in the past, what I'm probably going to end up doing is just giving it differing weights depending on how you do. If you, you know, I can just make a nice little spreadsheet and say, all right, here's what you would have gotten if I made it worth 5%, 10%, 15%, and I'll give you the best one. Of course, the best would either be 5 or 15. You're not going to somehow miraculously do better if it's worth 10%. And you know, you either did better than your average or worse than your average. What can I tell you? So somewhere in that zone. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
No problem. Okay. So we looked at vertex form in 27. They're throwing out discriminant. So I'm just going to write that in here. Discriminant. And kind of put a couple checks next to discriminant and vertex form. And all of the above. Okay, number 30. I've got an idea, and I am gonna write 2 words. What did I write for number 30?
Graphing polynomials.
It would have been a good one. I summed it up as end behavior. I like your graphing polynomials, it's fine. everything there can be summed up with n behavior. Graphing polynomials is not wrong by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a little bit vague. Maybe I like graphing polynomials a little bit better for number 31, though. I'll put n behavior / graphing polynomials. And I'll put a little check mark there after 31.
How does n behavior sum it all up, like for 30?
For 30, remember the n behavior dance. If you have a even lead power, then you either go straight up if it's a positive coefficient, or straight down, both arms down. I don't know if you can see me doing the kind of dance, up or down. If it's an odd degree, then they go in opposite directions. It's hard to do on my little screen here. Gotta get up, stand away, and do the whole dance. Okay. Does that ring a bell? Okay. I could bring up Desmos and make Desmos do a little bit of a polynomial dance for us if we want. Okay, in 32, there's a bunch of topics here. I'm gonna run out of room on this little piece of paper. So I'm gonna put in synthetic division here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it in any of these cases, but it seems like a good place to mention it. Synthetic division. We've got imaginary solutions. You can write imaginary zeros, I suppose. Factoring polynomials. Okay. Maybe throw in some check marks over here, because that seems like the next couple of them are doing the same stuff. Degree 4. Okay. I'm going to write complex conjugates. Well, something that seems to be in play here. How about the, I think it's called the possible rational roots theorem? Possible rational roots. I don't think we really covered much of 39, but I'll put it in here anyway. About the intermediate value theorem. Did we talk about that at all?
No,
I heard a no in there.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either. Okay, fair enough. Range coefficients, rationalization. Okay, that's good. All right, I'm on to 42, and this is looking somewhat familiar. By the way, how I haven't even looked at test number 1 from yesterday. How did it go? Yay, nay? I can't see you guys because the screen takes up too much. So hang on for a sec. Look at you. All right, now I can see all your faces. Good, bad, somewhere in between. I got a lot of somewhere in between-ish with maybe 1 or 2 thumbs up in there. Okay. As I said, haven't I honestly haven't looked at any of yours. One person from another class emailed theirs in, and I glanced at just their first page. So that is literally as much of it as I've looked at thus far. Now let's go back to sharing that thing. Okay, so number 42, what would we say is going on there?
Finding nth term.
Find the nth term. All right, and I'm going to write the
Factorial.
topic as sequences. In 43, I'm going to write, how about sigma? And after 2 questions, it looks like we're off that topic. So nowhere near as big as logs or anything. Okay. All right. 44 and 45 seem to both be the same thing, which I would call factoring. Not that that isn't a topic which rears its head in different forms in different places. 46, there's definitely a big word there. About inverse. What does in 47, that little circle between the F and the G, it's not an O, it doesn't spell fog. What's going on over there?
Composed with G.
Composed, did I hear? I think I heard composed in there. I'm sorry, someone's gardener has decided that this is the moment to start things. So in 48, I definitely want to include the word domain, which usually goes right along with a range. And I think we are nearing the end here, are we not? We got more composition, and then we have some answers. Awesome. Okay, so those were about 50 multiple choice questions. It is 12:33. You got about another 20 minutes of this class, and theoretically I can give you about 40 minutes worth of homework. If I were to fill up that entire hour, how much of those 50 problems do you think you could get through?
With our knowledge of what we know right now before we actually review, is that what you mean?
Yeah, like what would be a good number of them to give you right now? I was thinking of giving you half. What do we think about that? Doing about 25 of them tonight? Again, I can't really see with this thing here. What do we think about doing 25 of them tonight? I don't think that'll take you a full hour. I got 1 thumbs up. Thank you, Brandon. You have, oh, two. Jacob's kind of sneaking it in there. Thank you. Great. So why don't we do half of this tonight? And we will just meet up briefly tomorrow. And what do you guys think? Do you want to meet briefly tomorrow and we can go through it? Or do you think I should just accept email questions and send you a video of me doing whatever problems you video at me? I got a nod on that one. It looked like a nod from Erin. It still kind of looks like she's vaguely nodding. Yes. So, okay. So if you find yourself with any questions, just go ahead and email them to me, and I will do whatever problems you email on a video. And you can watch that and do the second half tomorrow. That sounds okay. Okay, awesomeness. Then I will let you guys hop to it. Have a good, since I won't see you face to face then, have a good weekend. Yeah, weekend, we like weekends.
Okay, Mr. Reese, can you send it an email of you doing all the problems?
Of me doing all the problems.
Like the first 25 and then.
I could. Do you think you guys need it? I mean, I got a nod. Okay, sure. I'll do that. I will send a video of me doing the first 25. But, do this honestly. Like, try it before you watch the video. Don't be like, oh yeah, I saw Mr. Reeves do it. That makes sense. I could totally do that. I mean, you know, I've watched professional basketball games and I've looked at them like, I could totally. No, you can't. Yeah, Anna, you had a question.
Is our homework for the weekend gonna be to finish this?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. Okay.
On the
So,
students.
yeah, I hear my name from a disembodied voice. I'm looking.
What day did you say the final was gonna be on? Sorry.
I believe it was the 29th. Is that
Next
what it
Friday.
said?
Okay.
Yeah, next Friday. So, hi, Beber. So today is the 21st. That sounds about right. And yeah, 29th is scheduled as the math final, and that's been, you know, a done deal since Lord only knows when they printed these things. Probably, you know, 2 years ago or something. Sound okay?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys, we are making it there. I will send you that video and have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You bet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. Bye.